Concurrency. ADOM handles concurrency out of the box. Super efficient mechanism returns the concurrency hit data from the save. User simply picks which version they want to keep. Demonstration. Once the user has configured a certain table for concurrency checking via the ID Factory GUI, then a new timestamp column is added to the table called row version timestamp, and it is used to handle concurrency on that table. In this demo, I'm going to force a concurrency hit in order to show you the results from the XML selector save process. The first thing I will do is take the XML object for our test person record and load it up into the XML selector execute screen. This will emulate a user pulling up a person record in an application UI screen to work with it in an edit mode. Next, I will pull up the user record directly in a table and make a modification, which will emulate another user changing something about the person data before the first user saves their changes. Now I'll switch back over to the XML selector query and execute the update. As you can see, this time we have a new dataset populated in our return data. This dataset contains both the version of the data which we were attempting to save, as well as the data as it is currently persisted in the database. On the left is the version we were attempting to save, and on the right is the version as persisted. At this point, the user would choose which version they want to keep and save that version to the database. Next, we will demo what that looks like from our SPA web app perspective. Here we have our web UI loaded with the person data, and then we will click on a button at the bottom of the screen which will make an update to the table behind the scenes and cause a break in our concurrency. Notice the SSN value displayed on the screen. We will click on the edit button and change the date of birth by 1 day and attempt to save our changes. We are instantly presented with the concurrency hit data. Just as before, the data we attempted to save is on the left and the server version is on the right. We will select to keep the server version and click Save. The data is instantly saved to the database and the UI is rebound to the data as is persisted in the database.